So new content was added to Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door Switch, so I decided to fully complete all the content the game has to offer, and after you complete all the post-game content, it looks like you get a reward. Okay, so the first task was to obtain all the recipes. There are 58 recipes in the Thousand Year Door. The Gamecube version has 57 and the Switch version has 58. One recipe was added to the Switch version, which is the hottest dog. Now I will not go over how to make each recipe, but for this one, you need to combine a hot sauce and a hot dog together. I like to think that this recipe was supposed to be in the Gamecube game, but it was not. Some recipes are more obscure than others. Some recipes have multiple ways to create them, and some of them are hinted through emails and NPC dialogues. If you are having trouble filling out the recipe list, I suggest you just search for a guide online. I also decided to complete all the troubles in the game. Most of the troubles are short except for two of them, which you have to do the Pit of 100 Trials to complete. The first one is Pinty Jr.'s trouble. You have to save Pinty Jr.'s dad from the Pit of 100 Trials. You will find Pinty Jr.'s dad on level 18. Once you get to level 20, the toad will exit through the pipe, and when you exit the pit, speak to the toad, and Pinty Jr. will give you a silver members card. For the other trouble, you have to remove Swab's graffiti on the 50th level of the pit. A daunting task, to say the least, because this trouble will take you the longest, so prepare yourself. And so the task was done, and I went to speak to Swab to complete the trouble. The next thing that I did was acquire all of the badges in the game. Most of them you just get by buying them at the lovely House of Badges, or exchanging tokens at the Pianta Parlor. The others you had to find throughout the world or obtain by going through the Pit of 100 Trials, which you have to do it if you want to obtain all the badges, and fill out the catalog. By beating the Pit of 100 Trials, I took out 2 birds with 1 stone by getting every badge from each chest, and tattling every enemy in the pit. Okay, so there are a few tattle logs added to the Switch version. Firstly, the Goomba dummy, which you can tattle by doing battle practice with the Battlemaster, a new NPC added in the Switch version. I couldn't figure out which tattle logs I was missing, and it turns out the Goom board was part of the tattles. Thanks, Nintendo. There are 2 new bosses in the Thousand Year Door Switch that were added as post-game content. The first one I will be fighting is Prince Mush. To be able to fight Prince Mush, you need to complete Jolene's trouble. She will ask you to take out the used clothing in the storage room. Once you complete this trouble, she will send Mario an email after some time has passed, mentioning Prince Mush is planning a comeback. After some more time has passed, Prince Mush will send Mario an email, explaining that he has completed his training and wants to fight Mario. Okay, once you're in the Glitz pit, go to the match reservation system and select the exhibition match option, and then select Prince Mush fight. The Prince Mush fight was nothing like I expected. It was easily the toughest fight I've ever done in the game. He has a whopping 96 health, 6 attack and 6 defense. I kind of figured out as the fight went on, but Prince Mush has 3 fighting stances: sidestepping, jumping stance, and a defensive stance. While he is in sidestepping stance, you cannot use jump moves. This includes partner jump attacks like Goombella's headbonk. He will dodge if you attempt to damage him with jump moves. During sidestep stance, Prince Mush attacks with a straight punch. You can only attack him using side attack moves like hammering, special moves, and moves like Hoops's shell toss. While in jump stance, you cannot use hammer moves or other side attack moves, only jump and special moves. During this stance, he will attack with a flying kick and sometimes will charge up before the next attack. When Prince Mush is below half health, he will go into a defensive stance. In this phase, you cannot damage Prince Mush at all. You have to super guard him first. After you super guard him, he will kneel on the ground and become vulnerable to all attacks for 1 turn, meaning his defense drops to 0. In defense stance, Prince Mush will charge up to Super Saiyan and charge at you with a flurry of kicks, which deals massive damage, easily over 100 damage that will instantly kill you, so you need to super guard. I noticed that Prince Mush is also immune to status moves, or moves that inflict status or have effects such as Bobbery's Bomb Attack. You can still damage Mush with Bobbery's Bomb Attack when Mush is vulnerable. I was close to beating him the first time, but was defeated because of the Flying Kicks combo. I tried again and I beat him in one turn because of Power Rush and Mega Rush, since I was at 1 HP after losing to Mush. I decided to fight him again without using Danger Mario strats so that I could beat him fair and square. On my 4th attempt, I was doing much better than my previous attempts. At around 30 HP, Mush powered up for his next attack, so I used Dodgy Fog to have a chance of dodging Mush's flurry kicks and used Power Lift to increase my defense. It was Prince Mush's turn and he landed the first flying kick, but I managed to turn the tables and super guarded the second kick. And so I managed to finish Mush off with a power bounce. After the fight, Jolene rewards you with 30 coins. If you talk to Prince Mush after you beat him the first time, he gives you his belt as a gift. Okay, so with that out of the way, it's finally time to take on the final task, and that is to battle Waka. This is another new boss added to the game, and I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park either. Anyways, to battle Waka, you need to have completed the Pit of 100 trials once, from start to finish, all 100 levels. You also need to head to Keel Hall Key. Once you are there, come to this little corner close to the dock and you will find him there. Hit Waka with your hammer and he will drop a Waka Bump, which replenishes your HP and FP by 25. You can do this up to 8 times before he disappears forever. And now that you have completed the prerequisites, after some time has passed, you will get an email that states that a mysterious creature has taken up residence deep within the Pit of 100 Trials. By receiving this email, you are now ready to take on Waka. Go down to the Pit of 100 Trials entrance, and to our surprise, there is a mover. The mover can teleport you straight to level 50 for 300 coins. Of course, I will take this offer and start running through levels 50 to 100 to get to Waka. Okay, so I finally arrive at level 100 once again, and this time we can see Waka come out of the ground. You can speak to him and he will say that it's super quiet down here and a relaxing getaway spot. If you whack him with your hammer, he will realize that you came here to play with him, and then the boss battle is triggered. Waka has a max HP of 108, an attack of 10, and a defense of 1. His attack is the highest of any enemy in the game. Thanks Gubella for the insight. Every time you damage Waka, he will drop a Waka Bump. According to the wiki, Miss Mouse's slaps don't trigger this. Waka attacks by slinging his Waka Bumps towards you, which deal 10 damage. It's not very hard to super guard his attacks, but you need to time them correctly or you will take massive damage. Waka will use one of his Waka Bumps to replenish his health by 25, but will only do this once. Sometimes Waka will drop a red Waka Bump if he takes 3 or more damage. This Waka Bump deals 2.5 times damage of that of a regular bump according to the wiki, but in my battle, the red bump dealt 27 damage. If Waka ends up with a high number of bumps before your turn ends, a good move to use is Vivian's Veil, to avoid all his attacks. If Waka has 3 or less bumps on his turn, according to the wiki, he will sometimes create a tremor to cause stage props to fall on his head and damage him to spawn up to 4 Waka Bumps. During my battle, he would only do this when he had 1 or 0 bumps on his turn. After you finally beat Waka, he will drop a golden Waka Bump. Now according to the wiki, you can fight Waka again, but you have to go through the Pit of 100 Trials every time, and he will drop a regular Waka Bump every time you beat him again. Okay, so after I leave the pit, I am greeted with 2 emails. One that says I tattled every enemy that exists in the game, and a golden email that says I collected all the recipes, obtained every badge, and filled up my entire catalog, and is telling me to go to Rogueport main square to obtain a shiny reward. Once you get to Rogueport, you will see a new badge on the gallows at the center of the town. The gold medal, which turns Mario into gold. Here's me wearing the badge, and it looks amazing if I do say so myself. Now, the golden email you get does not mention anything about completing all the troubles, but you need to complete some of them to obtain some badges and unlock recipes. Anyways, that's it for this video. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Godspeed, fellas. You did hear me when I said these critters are rare, right? Just checking, because that means you should not whack them. You do understand that, right, Mario?